Okay, joined by Brett Coffey. Brett, you and I don't spend enough time together anymore.
No, not at all, Paul. Not at all.
So definitely a little in joke. Myself and Brett have been doing a few things behind the scenes for Harness Breeders Victoria, which you are on the committee as well. So it's a great committee. Great the way you guys get about and do things, Brett.
Yeah, for sure, and led by Nick Hooper and also Kath McIntosh, president and vice president. Really professional, I think, and representative group. And that's something we're proud of. So yeah, it's a good committee to be involved with.
Yep, stay tuned. Watch the Stallion Guide when it comes out, which I think is going to be out about September. I think it's going to print mid-August and should be out by September. So that is key. You wear many hats. You don't have one on at the minute, and thankfully the sun's not glowing down on your head. I've put mine back on. Alabar, though, is your main place of employment, I suppose, if that's the best way to put it. And
definitely
2 years ago, you came up with the syndicate idea to syndicate 2 horses. I might actually ask you just to give a little bit of the backstory of how you went about it.
To be fair, Alan came up with the idea, and probably a couple of weeks before the yearling sale, so it gave us a lot of time to prepare for it. It might have been a bit longer than that, but it wasn't much longer, to be fair. And we quickly got looking at some horses. We'd already seen some of them, and actually worked with Mark Hall to form the syndicate, or help us form the syndication side of it. And we went and looked at some horses, working with Andy a little bit, with Andy Gath. He helps me, look at the conformation, or look at whether they're going to hit their knees and that sort of thing a little bit. Picked out 2 horses at the sale, at the APG Melbourne sale, and went from there.
And it's a great story on one. The Bettor's Delight that Andy Gaff has got. I was fortunate. I saw him at Bendigo. It might be 6 weeks ago or more. He was at Bendigo prior to this latest COVID shutdown. He's a ripping looking little fella, but just sort of struggling just at the minute.
Yeah. He won a race at Cranbourne 2 starts ago, which was really good. A lot of the syndicate members got there and cheered him home, which you can hear on the replay. But so that was good. And he got his Vic Bred bonus, which was really nice. Mentally, I think he's definitely got some ability there, but mentally he's just not there yet. And whether he gets there or not, who knows? But we're just hoping that give him a bit more time. He's got better this prep than he was the previous prep, and he's sort of getting a bit better and racing a bit more attractively now and that sort of thing. So he's just taking a little bit more time. So we know that, but he has won a race for us, so that's great.
It's probably one of the advantages, I suppose, of having syndicates, because if you've got one that's a little bit isn't going that good, if you've got 1 or 2 people paying up for it, they'll either say, well, let's move him on or whatever. But because they don't cost a large outlay, you're able to keep him going. And anyone that's watching this and is involved in that colt, he's got the looks. He's a lovely little looker and everything else like that. So, and hopefully he does progress along. I could be wrong. I haven't got the form in front of me, but the other horse, Momentslikethese, who's just become that's a real ripping name now. She definitely had her first race during COVID lockdown. Was it about this time of year, or was it a little bit earlier?
Yeah, it would have been a little bit earlier, but I can't remember exactly. But no, it would have been earlier. She raced at Maryborough was her first start, I think, or Shepparton. Anyway, she won. Yeah, Maryborough was okay. Yeah, I know she won at both those tracks, but so no, it would have been a bit earlier because she was actually getting ready for the APG. When that was meant to be in May, so it would have been a bit before May.
And she started off okay. She showed some form, but she's been terrific. She just seems to keep getting better and better and better as she goes through, doesn't she?
She does, yeah. She was, she's always been a really easy, manageable filly. And that's not to take anything away from Jess and Greg, because they've done a tremendous job with her and the whole team down there at Lara J Farm. But she's always sort of taken care of herself. She's an incredibly relaxed filly. When you see her before a race, you think, geez, is there something wrong here? Because she just, she doesn't move, doesn't do anything. She's just, it's so chill. But she's just got better and better. And and this time in, developed some really good gate speed. Twice this time in as well, she's faced the breeze, which is nice. So she's just adding little things to a sort of her resume, I suppose, and what she can do in a race. So she's happy, she's sound. Touch wood, that continues, and she just keeps getting better and better because she's just been a dream filly really, and especially for a syndicate.
Yeah, well, she went to Tassie for the Oaks. That's right.
Yeah. She went to Tassie for the Oaks. Won first up. Won well, and then a few of us. There was a few owners there. Joe and myself went down as well, and that was probably her worst race in the Tassie Oaks. She just she should have won. Well, I shouldn't say. She looked like she was going to win anyway, and then she just got run over in the run to the line. And but that's if that's the worst run you put in, running second in an Oaks, well, it's not too bad.
And then after that, she came back for the APG. And she was getting ready for that, and I'm fortunate enough, like I wear a few hats, and Trot's Vision, I was actually working that night, and she, I think it was Joanna beat her, was it, that night, or Tough Tilly?
In the heat, and actually the heat and the semi, or the heat and the second heat, it was Tough Tilly both nights. Yeah, the first night was Tough Tilly, and she ran home super that night.
She did, that's what I was going to say, because Tilly got a little bit of it her own way in front, and then she just launched, and I was like, wow, and then she went to Kilmore, she backed that run up, and she really then started to stamp herself as a filly with a future, didn't she? Yeah, and to be fair, her sectionals have always been just incredible. She's often, I think twice last year, she had the quickest last quarter at Melton when she raced there, of the whole night. I mean, so she's always run home really, really well. It's just, I suppose now she's able to sustain it a little bit longer and sometimes be put into the race like she was on Saturday night. So, it's hard for her running against that crop of fillies, and she hasn't been a filly, as a 2-year-old, she wasn't a filly that you could, do the work that, say, a Tough Tilly or a Ladies in Red could do. So she had to rely on a bit of luck, and she sort of didn't get a lot of luck in those races in terms of barrier draws. So she often got shuffled right back, and she'd be running on. But that's just racing. But but she's her closing sectionals have been really impressive the whole way through. So it's that run against Tough Tilly, admittedly, Tough Tilly wasn't at her best because I thought, oh, geez, if we had settled one or two horses close, I think we were 4 pegs that night, and we might have been in the show. But I mean, it's one thing to get up to Tough Tilly; it's probably another thing to get past her as well. So, and then she improved dramatically off that run. Absolutely, but so did your filly, I think, and she's maybe not as dramatically as what Tough Tilly did, but she's steadily improving. It's probably one of the key things too, though, Brett. You're not in a normal fillies year, you've done a great job to syndicate this horse and get people in and say, oh, we're going to have some fun, and then Emma and Clayton just kept rolling out fillies. It must have been a little bit like, when are they going to stop?
I know, it's crazy. I think a couple of times, especially I think in the big bred, she might have finished 6th, I reckon, and the first 5 were all from Cardigan. So it was it might happen a couple of times as well last year, but that's just Emma and Clayton are tremendous trainers, obviously, and had some just phenomenal horses last year, as you said, the Ladies in Red, Tough Tilly, Joanna, then Antonia in the APG final comes down, she's a freak of a filly as well. So it's and then there's plenty of others I'm not naming because I forget them all because there's so many, but. I never forget that Tatlow final last year when we qualified for the final, and we went. I thought, this is awesome, and she ran. I can't remember. She might have ran 56 or something, and she got beaten 10 lengths. It was just, it was crazy. But every time she just keeps improving. Even as a 2-year-old, she just at times just kept coming down and down and down. They weren't she wasn't. Emma and Clayton's one was sort of ready to go straight away, where Minty's just been dropping her times, and it's and it just showed, that she was getting a little bit better each time. So, it's an incredible 3-year-old crop. Just incredible.
I was talking to Greg Sugars at Kilmore. I will say post the race, it was well post the race. It was after the last in the car park, but bit of a masterstroke by him and Jess. They sort of sounded out a few people whether they're going to be going to Queensland or not, and they saw the opportunity. And it's a big move to send one of their best horses away. They can't go because of COVID and everything else like that. But to come out with the result that you did, well, it's one a masterstroke from them, but you must be so proud of those guys as trainers to say, right, we're going to do this and stick to it and get it done.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, like they've been nothing but sensational, really. And not only, well, their communication's been great. Like it's that's one of the hard things with a syndicate is you want to have trainers that are willing to send through updates and be open to questions and all that sort of thing. So they've been fantastic with that. And then secondly, just keeping Minty so happy and sound all this time, and then thirdly, planning those trips like Tassie and Queensland. Recognising that she's not. At the moment, anyway, she's not as good as Tough Chili and Ladies in Red and those ones from Emma Clayton's horses. So you've got to sort of go outside. You can't just keep butting heads with them all the time. Take a bit of a risk and go. She went on a boat to Tassie. She's gone up to Queensland. So she's had a bit of experience travelling and so yeah, that's really good. That's as Greg said, and she's only got this 1 year of Oaks to race in. So. So why not have a crack at them, while she's happy and sound?
How was the syndicate like? I suppose managing a syndicate through COVID, majority of them would have been in lockdown. So I'm sure you, as a manager, you've got a fair bit on your plate that way.
Yeah.
So how were they pre-race, and then I imagine how were they post-race?
No, everyone's been pretty good, to be honest. Like everyone, like understanding that that we can't get to the track. We actually haven't seen her race. She's raced, I think, 25 times now, and we haven't seen her race that many times just because of
COVID,
lockdown. So, but no, everyone's been really good, and as I said, like the communication from Jess and Greg's been fantastic. So that helps, when you get those little video updates or photos, and then we actually got one of the syndicate members lives in Queensland, so he actually went and got an interview with Luke pre-race, which was really cool.
Well done.
Because it was Luke said he's going to go forward and have a look and slot in somewhere up close, so that was really nice. Gave you a bit of confidence, that you think we could be in with a shot here. So and then post-race, it was. I haven't communicated with all of them, but everyone's that I have has been really, enthusiastic and positive, obviously, and real happy. Like it's not to be too over dramatic about it, but it's really cool. Like a lifelong dream to win an Oaks. Like it's, and I suppose as a breeder, that's to win an Oaks is just incredible. And I even find myself today, just randomly thinking about it, and smiling and giving a little fist bump and that sort of thing. And I've watched the replay a number of times today again as well. Like it's just, really cool. Really, I don't know, just dream come true.
There's a great catch cry in Australia, in Victorian breeding, especially in Australia. Breeding is cool. Winning an Oaks would be very cool, wouldn't it?
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Like, I remember actually like Mum and Dad's the first Group 1 winner they bred was the WA Oaks winner. I'm just remember that, and that was outstanding. So now to have my first Group 1 winner as an owner be an Oaks, and like it's the Tassie Oaks was Group 3, so that would have been nice to win as well. But to win a proper Group 1 Oaks is it's just everything you can dream of.
What's next for Minty?
She's having a little break now, so she comes back this week though. So she's up in Queensland enjoying the sun. Looks really nice up there for her. But she'll come back here, have a little bit of a break, and then obviously the back half of the year she'll renew her rivalry with Tough Chili and Ladies in Red, I presume, and Joanna and all those. So she'll have Vic Oaks, Breeders' Crown, and Vic Bred, all being well. So we're under no illusion that it's not going to be that easy, but that's the other good thing about Minty is she's raced all these races. That's the fourth Group 1 she's raced in, on the weekend. Like, so she just continually makes these big races, and that's just exciting in itself. It's just great to have horses in those big races.
I think that's the beauty of like a syndicate, because people then get to share it with other people. I said there before that if there's only one or two and the horses aren't paying their way, it can make it a little bit hard. And they're not all superstars. Yeah. That's why we highlighted the other bloke first, because it doesn't always work.
No.
But when it does work, You got so many other people to be able to share it with. Like, I'm sure you're not the only one doing a fist pump, going and walk around the house saying, "Yeah, we just won an Oaks." I reckon Darren Carroll would have done a few. That's for sure.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. It's just exciting, and like, I think Darren's won 3 Group 1s now, and he's won a couple in the last, last 10 months. So, so he's on, he's the lucky charm of the syndicate. But yeah, no, exactly. Like, it's, right at this point in time, she's the 3rd highest earning filly in the country at the moment. Like, it's 3-year-old filly. Like, it's just really cool. It's just so exciting to think that you can go to a sale, buy a horse, and it turns out to do this. Under no illusion that she's very much in the minority and it's very rare, but that's just what makes it so exciting and so worthwhile. Yeah,
and I don't disagree with you and all the rest, but probably as a marketing tool, we've got to be aware there's 2 fillies this year that have captured people. Your filly probably hasn't captured the attention like Tough Tilly has, but it has. But it has for a lot of breeders, like people in your syndicate. Like, you've got a lot more people involved in racing, a very simple way, and then you have a horse like Tough Tilly. So it can be done, and it can be so much fun.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Exactly. And like, she wasn't a cheap filly by any stretch of imagination. It was just 42 grand, which is not. It's a lot of money, obviously, but for a horse at a yearling sale, that it's not. She wasn't nowhere near the top priced horse at all. So, and now she's won 140, I think, or around that 143 or something. So with plenty more hopefully to come. So, and now she's Group 1 winner, so she's worth a heap when she goes to stud.
Did you do a syndicate last year?
No, we didn't. No, this has been the only one we've done so far. So. Well, it's a lot of fun. It's also a lot of work. So it's, but yeah, I don't know. We might do one in the future. We'll see.
Well, that was my next question. Will we be doing one in the future? We might have to wait and see. We both wear a similar hat. We might have to try and organise something for them and go from there. Brett, I reckon it's a great story. Moments like these. Congratulations to all the owners. I think well done to everyone that's got behind it. It's been a hard road. What'd you say? She's raced 22 times and then probably seen a race less than a handful. So
yeah.
That is unfortunate, but the flip side of it is I was sitting at home on a cold winter's night in Victoria and being able to share some of the great excitement and hopefully plenty more.
Oh yeah, exactly. And the good thing at the moment, like now, is how much better the coverage is. Like in the not in the old days, even go back 3 years ago, say, you wouldn't have had the same coverage that we've got now. Where now you got, on Saturday night the coverage from Albion Park was outstanding again. And you can watch all that, and so it's a lot easier, I suppose, to sit at home. We'd obviously love to be on the track, but it's a lot easier to sit at home and you can, catch up with people after, so via telephone and whatever else. So yeah, it was still cool.
Hopefully this summer, everyone can get to the races, and she lines up in the Oaks, and for you guys, hopefully she wins it. I think it's a great story. I think what you've done is terrific for harness racing, and I think well done to yourself personally for driving it. I'm sure Alan's the one cracking the whip, says you've got to do it, but as you said, it takes a lot of work. Alan, well done to him as well, because getting behind this and trying to get people involved in the industry. And I presume I can ask you this, but if other people want to know how to go about it, Brett, not necessarily come to you and ask you, but people go about how about going and doing it properly, you're happy to guide some along with the syndicates?
Yeah, I can provide some advice anyway, or perhaps what not to do more than what to do. So, but always happy to help with that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Brett Coffey, thank you very much, mate. Loved this chat. Well done to Minty. It's a good nickname too, I must say. But moments like these, taking out the Group 1 Queensland Oaks, a time-honoured race, like, as you said as well, Brett. Like that's a part about it. It's a serious Group 1 race. At a serious carnival too. There was a lot of big players in that carnival, so let's not sell it short in any way. I think it was a great win, mate. And congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to Alabar for getting so many people involved in the industry. And let's get some more of these up and going, mate. Well done.
Excellent. No, thanks very much, Paul.